Yes.
Remember that period of time where Cartoon Network decided to do live action shit for some
Yeah,
reason?
CN
No.
Real. Yeah, CN Real. So they had
What?
they
You
had
don't remember that?
Destroy
No.
Build Destroy with Andrew WK, who
Uh-huh.
I later found out is a musician, and actually I like one of his albums. He did Party Party Party, Gonna Start a Party. You know the Helsing songs and Ready to Die. That's the guy.
Okay, interesting.
Wait, when did they do live action stuff?
I would say we were in middle school.
it
probably
was
sixth,
it was
seventh grade
post
time.
Teen Titans stuff, pre like Gravity Falls and Adventure Time era.
It was just before Adventure Time era.
because like they
Oh,
had
yeah, so-
nothing.
Yeah, so it was in the middle of that. They had a couple live action shows. It started. I remember there was this one like live action movie they had of like three dudes who play a video game, and then they get their video game weapons, and there's video game monsters in the real world. And I remember watching.
bad.
I remember watching it as it premiered and thinking, oh, this is going to be a show now, isn't it? And as soon as it finished it, they were like, and now the new show
Stop
based on
it.
the movie. And I was like, yep, there we go. That's very predictable.
Yeah.
There was this one show I fucking loved. It got canceled after the first season. I'm
R.I.P.
still upset. Tower Prep. Did you watch
Tower
that one?
Prep? Wait, hold on. It was on Cartoon
I think
Network?
it was called Tower Prep.
What was it
Tower.
about?
So it was about some guy who has some kind of power. He can kind of like react to things before they happen, and then he gets kidnapped
In
and
2010?
2010.
Wow. Cartoon Network,
Yeah, early
one
teens. Yeah,
season.
One season.
Yeah,
He had
the early tens.
He's playing a video game one night, and then he hears like this buzz sound, and he's like, "What?" And then he passes out, and he wakes up at a
I don't
prep
know. Oh
school,
my
and
God,
they're like,
it's-
"You are here to learn how to use your powers, and you're not allowed to leave."
I only
It's Jason De Laurentiis.
I only
Oh,
remember.
Oh, that was him.
That guy, he plays Jason in fucking Pretty Little Liars.
I only remember.
But why does he
I'm gonna
look
watch
like
it
the
that?
three dudes, one with super long hair, and they used to like throw shit down at like break stuff, and it was like they used to try to hit targets.
Yeah, that was Destroy, Build, Destroy.
Yeah, that
with
was-
Andrew.
that's
That was
really the
Andrew
only one I
WK.
remember.
That's Andrew WK.
That's like the only one I remember, and
That was
they
a good
did that
show.
for like a few years in the early tens,
There
and it was
was-
not good. Nobody
No, I
liked
liked
it.
that show. I thought.
No,
it was
no.
fun.
I mean, like
Oh,
their
their-
live action.
Oh,
era.
their live action era didn't work so well
because you know
it's Cartoon Network.
Right.
CN Real didn't
not
go
having
so well.
cartoons was weird.
Yeah.
It was just that post like early art decade like boom of things like Kids Next Door, Courage the Cowardly Dog, all that shit. Like
Right.
Yeah.
all that had ended.
Billy and Mandy
and
had
they
ended.
didn't have a new thing. And they
So
were
they
like,
just, like,
cartoons
had-
are out.
Yeah.
They were gonna try like the Disney Channel like
Oh.
style of like, or like Nickelodeon, like
yeah,
having
like
a balance.
mix.
Yeah.
They had
They
that
failed.
one show that was about the guy who had like pseudo Walt Disney's brain, so he could see the characters. Do you remember that one?
No.
That was another one. That was a movie that went to a show.
Jesus
after.
Christ.
So it was. So that was, I think, where the predictability was starting
Why
to come
why
from.
why was that their
Kid Colin.
formula? That's such a weird way to do things.
And then
Because
Adventure Time
it's
came
they
back and
sell you
saved
with
them.
the movie, and then they're like, "Oh, do you want more?" And you're like, "No," and they're like, "Well, you're getting more." This kid
No.
who sees cartoons and they can actually affect him,
But literally-
no one else can.
Adventure
can't.
Time was
And then
what
Adventure
saved
Time.
Cartoon Network.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Because Adventure Time came out and people went, cartoons! And they were like, oh, wait, people like cartoons?
Wait, people like when you like take a cartoon
Stick by your
seriously
name
and
brand.
like do humor that can be liked by adults and, everyone.
Yeah. And then Adventure Time sprawled out into Gravity Falls, Steven Universe.
Are
and-
Cartoon Network and Adult Swim
Yes.
yeah,
not? They
they're-
are
they're-
merged.
they're the
Not
same.
merged.
They're the same company that some dude at one point convinced the heads of Cartoon Network to let them do. And it's
Right.
like at, what, 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock?
It-
They're
it
like,
switches
Cartoon
over at, like,
Network's
9 o'clock.
ending
Yeah.
now. Get the fuck out, kids. And then you get Too Many Cooks. At
yeah.
3
Well, you
a.m.
start with like the light stuff. You start
Yeah,
with
you
like
start
your
with
King
like
of the
Family
Hill,
Guy
your Family
or
Guy,
like American Dad.
and then
your
you get to
anime.
the acid trip
That's how you
episodes
get the
like
anime.
Tim and
Yeah.
Eric and Too Many Cooks.
yeah.
Toonami is like literally.
Or
I mean,
we-
I missed the Toonami anime age. That was
Yeah, I
not
don't know how
you-
you missed that. That was the greatest.
I don't know
time.
how I
I
missed
think
that. I think I was
because
on
you-
Boomerang at those times,
I
like
think
watching
you
old
just
cartoons.
didn't watch anime at that point because it was like Toonami Saturdays were fucking lit.
Yeah.
And then they got rid of them for a while. And then I remember like one day I was just watching TV and they like announced it was like, "Hey, I'm Tom. I'm coming back, bitches."
Toonami's back, bitches.
Yeah, and I was like,
Steve Bloom.
Woo!
Yeah, Steve Bloom is the best announcer because just listening to him every week tell me what's coming up, he's like, I'm getting you all the cartoon punchy goodness. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, you ready to watch last week's Naruto before this week's Naruto? I'm like, double Naruto!
Can we also talk about like the real scene that came out of fucking nowhere when there was old Tom and then he was like getting attacked on his ship?
Yeah.
They did like the storylines with Tom.
Yeah.
And that Tom fucking dies. And then you get the new Tom.
Yeah.
And he's like, sometimes things don't go the way you like.
Yeah.
You know. And like he gets like, you get Steve Bloom doing like a real like existential like mental health speech in like out of nowhere, and you're like,
What's going on?
Thank you, Steve Bloom. I don't
thanks,
know.
sir.
I just wanted to make sure if I missed Bleach or not yet.
I'm just here
That
for
was-
Sailor Moon.